After the interview, you are supposed to show one of your talents. Welcome to the Voice of Volunteer. As you know before, I started a video series to talk about Slovakia by interviewing with the volunteers of Slovakia. So today, my friend from France, and we will talk about everything about our life and Slovakia. Welcome to Rimavska, and thank you for accepting my invitation.
You're welcome.
Let's start with to know you basically.
I am Jean-Claude. I'm a French volunteer, 26 years old. I'm currently doing my EVS in Jelshava with YMCA Revutsa.
Where did you grow up? Home, family, neighborhood? I want to understand how you consider to live in Slovakia compared to Reunion Islands.
I was born in the French Alps. So I was raised on Reunion Island. It's a French territory near Madagascar territory, which is located at the southeast of Africa. It's a very particular territory with lots of ethnies and people who came and who created some kind of atypical society. I was raised on this island, in this environment.
And what were you doing before you came to Slovakia and doing EVS?
I got some serious problems which prevented me from going back to university searching for a work.
And how did you decide to do volunteering?
I wanted to find an opportunity to leave Reunion Island and to get something to do with my life.
Actually, I would like to do my EVS before I start studying university because it helps you to understand life and what you expect from life, what do you want to do with your future. What do you do here exactly? Tell me about your organization.
I'm working with YMCA Revutsa. Task as a volunteer is to work with children and teenagers from the Roma minority of Jelshava. I'm doing some activities to help them growing as a good adult.
Yeah. I know this is the main point of actually most of the projects in Slovakia. Let's start to talk about something funny. What are the 3 things that you most like and you disliked about Slovakia?
Positive point is Slovakia for me is the landscapes, because
yes, it is amazing.
I really love countries with lots of mountains and forests. It's a little bit silly, but I really like to take the trains because it's a means of transportation in which I don't get sick, which is a big point.
Yeah.
And also the thing is, it's very good to travel across Slovakia because of the landscapes. Here, sitting in quite comfortable trains, couches, and so I think it's very, very nice.
I don't agree with you because I think the standards of the Slovakia's trains are really shitty.
And the last one is the fact that I work with kids. As working with kids makes me realize that I can be useful for them.
What about the things you don't like?
Even if there are some good trains, the main point is a lack of mobility.
You have to switch a lot.
I have to check
the timetables
carefully for the timetables. Another point which is quite sort of related to this, it would be the lack of dynamics in the region of Jelshava, because it's a rural part of Slovakia. Somehow it looks like there is nothing to do in Jelshava or in its surroundings.
I think it's not only how it looks like, but also it is literally.
And the last thing is definitively milk projects. Yes, as a French guy, I'm like, oh, when I eat some cheese sometimes. But the worst is the cream.
Cream?
Yes, cream in Slovakia is absolutely disgusting. I am sorry for Slovak people, but you are not good in this kind of projects.
What do you miss about your country?
One is, of course, food.
What do you like in Slovakia and would like to take from Slovakia to the Reunion Islands?
They are quite polite, they're quite calm, quiet. Whereas on Reunion Island, there are lots and lots of people who are really not nice.
That is then really nice of Slovak people.
Maybe they don't smile. but at least they don't treat
Yeah,
you
they
like
have
shit.
respect for others.
Yes, some kind of formal respect, but
Yeah.
it's still good.
What about your Slovak?
It's not a difficult language, and I like to learn some languages, you know.
How many languages you speak?
Besides French and English, I also learned Spanish at school, and I also learned by my own German and a little bit basics in Italian. It's quite not so difficult to learn.
Is that difficult, do you think?
But the biggest issue for me is practice. I lack of vocabulary and sometimes
Pronunciation?
yes, and pronunciation. Sometimes it's very very hard.
Yeah, but you speak French, man.
Bien sûr, évidemment que je parle français. Yes.
Je ne parle pas français. And tell me your favorite Slovak word.
My favorite Slovak word would be stanica,
Stanica.
which means station.
Station.
Like
Autobusowa stanica.
Železnica,
You can say it either these or Vlakova stanica.
because in my head stanica is related to trains.
Is there any word that you really don't like?
I don't like the word with the CH.
It's written like C and H, but it's pronounced H.
I even prefer some word like smrzlina.
Smrzlina.
Yeah, ice cream.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it's one of the most known word because it's really popular in Slovakia. What did you expect about Slovakia before you come, and what did you find?
Expected to go to a country which would allow me to widen my horizons of the world.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to challenge myself, especially on a social point. I found everything like this. Everything I wanted to see, I saw it.
Yeah,
I
that's
did
nice. What is the biggest struggle you ever had?
I think it's about communication and speaking.
But this struggle or hardship comes from you, not from the people, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I would say.
And have you ever thought about quitting?
Once or twice, but it was it didn't last more than one day.
Okay, it's like just a light.
Yes, and it was mostly at the beginning of my EVS. And now I really don't want to quit my EVS.
Okay, the question is, what would you recommend to yourself?
I have two things in my mind. First is to learn more and more Slovak words.
I did it actually.
Yeah, because I started to learn Slovak before I came here.
But you wanted to do it harder.
Yes, I wish. And the second thing is stop being afraid of people, because I had some kind of social problems. I would say to myself, don't be afraid of people.
And what is next after EVS?
After my EVS, I will go back to studies.
Okay, let's talk about what this project add you as a value.
I think I gained some social confidence, because right now I'm more able to talk to people.
What is the best thing you ever done in Slovakia?
Is the best thing I think is to having made some friends. It was very satisfying for me.
This is something important because it changed region by region. How much money do you get, and how do you manage with that money?
I am paid 245 euros per month. Take 100 euros for savings, and I use the rest for food and for traveling.
How is your relationship, organization, flatmates, and the local people? And what?
I would say that things are going very well, because they are very careful about the volunteers. Slovak people of Jelšava, they respect us. They greet us when we walk in the street.
How do you like Slovak girls? Do you find them beautiful?
Slovak girls?
Yeah.
It depends of the city actually. For example, I saw lots of pretty girls in Banská Bystrica, and maybe in Košice too, but in Revúca and Jelšava,
Not your cup of tea?
clearly not.
Okay. What do you think to this project? Not only in Slovakia but also in general idea of like
I
EVS.
think it's very good. is that it gives some opportunities to young people, gives lots of experience.
And the last, how do you spend your free time?
I listen lots of music because I like it really. I also try to watch some films because I like cinema. And of course I travel in free time.
The best thing that you can do actually in Slovakia, it's really well located and you can go many places. For this reason, we are really thankful to European Commission and Erasmus projects to give this opportunity to young people.
Yes, it's very, very good, and I hope it will last for a long time.
Thank you for coming. It was so nice to meet you, actually, Jean-Claude. And
yes,
hopefully we will see each other again. After the interview, you are supposed to show one of your talents. Okay, actually, let's do this. You speak a lot of language. You can just say a sentence from each language you know. Let's start with original language, French.
J'aime la Slovaquie, c'est vraiment un pays magnifique.
What did you say?
I like Slovakia, it's a wonderful country.
Okay, let's hear something Spanish.
Mañana voy a ir a Poprad.
What did you say? Something Poprad?
Yes. Tomorrow I will go to Poprad. Ich will nach Genf studieren.
What did you say?
I want to study in Geneva.
We can finish with Slovak.
In Slovak, mám rád guláš.
Nemám rád, ale to je fine. To listen and watch this video, thank you for watching. If you have any kind of recommendation, please feel free to comment. Have a good day. Dovidenia.
Dovidenia.
After the interview, you are supposed to show one of your talents.